Welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at UFC Fight Night London, Edwards versus Brady. We're going to be taking a look at the prelim to start, then onto the main card as per usual. First up, we've got Guram Kutaladze versus Qua Fernandez. I'm going to go with Kutaladze by decision. I think round one will be a bit contentious, and then round 2 and 3 will slow down quite a bit, and it'll be a bit pitter-pattery. And I think Kutaladze kind of runs away with it there. I won't beat around the bush. Guram Kutaladze by decision. Next up, Colin Loughran versus Nathan Fletcher. You already know we're picking Nathan Fletcher. If you've paid attention to the channel, you already understand the bias. But here's my justification for you, because there is some fact behind it. I think Colin Loughran is good. I don't rate him that highly, but I think he's decent. I think Nathan Fletcher beats him everywhere. I think Nathan Fletcher can beat him in the stand-up, and if not, then he can default to his grappling, where I think he completely outclasses Loughran. So I think he's marginally better in the stand-up, and I think he is a lot better in the grappling. So we're going to go with Nathan Fletcher, probably by submission. I'm feeling a Nathan Fletcher submission. I'm not entirely sure if there was bad blood between these two. I kind of have this Twitter and voice in the back of my head that's saying that like these guys had beef for some reason. Who knows? Who knows? Next up, Sean Brady versus Puat Tamar. I know I gathered a little bit of an Indian following since my coverage of Anshul Jubilee. I'm sorry, Dust. Sorry. But Tomar's just too small. Honestly, I've got to give it to Bannon based on size alone. I believe the girls are similar age. I think Shannon might be a little bit older, maybe just slightly. But in terms of physicality, I think Tomar's just outmatched. And maybe she can get in on the inside, but I don't think she's going to be able to do enough damage. And I think the majority of the time she's going to be stuck on the outside because of the disadvantages in the physicality. So we're going with Shauna Bannon by decision because it's a women's fight and they usually end in decision. Watch me be wrong about that. Next up, Andrei Pulyev versus Christian Leroy Duncan. We're going to go with CLD, obviously. You know the bias. You can kind of just skip through this video if you know the bias. If you know what I'm talking about. He's a little bit smaller, but I think he gets the job done. Great stand-up work. I think he's going to get an easy TKO win. No, there are definitely flaws in his game that can be exploited by the Russian, being Pulyev. But I think Christian Leroy Duncan gets it done. So yeah, we're going to go Leroy Duncan by KO. Next up, Marcin Tybura versus Mick Parkin. Do I even need to say it? You know we're picking Mick Parkin. Obviously, we're picking Parkin. Absolute G. He gets caught sometimes. Don't get me wrong. And as long as he doesn't rush the finish on Tybura, he's good. He gets the win. As long as he plays the long game, I think Mick Parkin wins by a decision or a late knockout. I think late round 3 knockout. As long as he doesn't chase it early. That's Tybura just like lets himself get beaten up for a bit and kind of just holds on to you and drags you down and then wins that way with like a submission or some shit. So as long as Parkin's got decent grappling as well. So as long as Parkin kind of plays the long game, we see a win for Parkin. So we're going with Parkin. You know, Parkin's not stupid as well. He game plans well. He's pretty good. Next up, Lorna Kavanagh versus Felipe Dos Santos. I'm going with Dos Santos. A little underdog pick for you here. Both guys have 8 pro wins, but Santos has 2 losses. Both of those losses come from the UFC and against decent opposition. Some good experience value there, I think. So I'm going to go with Dos Santos, likely by a decision. But that's an underdog pick for you there. Next up, Jai Herbert versus Chris Padilla. Tough call for me because I'm biased. I want to pick Herbert, but Padilla's a tough test. Jai Herbert does have the size advantage, though. I'm biased as fuck. I'm going with Jai Herbert. Next up, Nathaniel Wood versus Morgan Charrier. I'm sticking with the trend. You already know what I'm going to say. We're going with Nathaniel Wood. I'm liking a Nathaniel Wood decision. I think he pieces up Charrier. I think he hurts him bad and he pieces up. I don't think he gets the finish. I think Charrier is going to be able to hang in there and go the distance. But I think he takes a beating from Nathaniel Wood. So yeah, we're going to go with Nathaniel Wood by a decision. Next up, Jordan Vucenic versus Chris Duncan. We're going to go Vucenic by submission. His last fight was on short notice. I think with prep time, he wins that fight. And I think he wins this one as well. So sticking with the trend again, we're going to go with Jordan Vucenic. Next up, Molly McCann versus Alexia Fainera. We're going with the meatball. I've said it before. I shop at the same supermarket as Molly McCann, and I don't fancy getting a wedgie in the crisp aisle for my YouTube picks. I want Molly to win. Her arms are really short, though. I've got to say. She's got really short arms for any weight division. I've said it before on the channel anyway. I worry she'll struggle to get inside without getting clinched up or tripped and taken down, you know. Or she'll end up stuck on the outside trying to get in and under some of these punches. And I think she'll just get picked apart with this reach disadvantage. I'm going to pick Molly. Of course I'm picking Molly. Even if it's all going wrong, Molly won't quit. And even in her losses, she's had moments where like what she caught a girl and was in a triangle at the end of a fight, and a little bit too late. A little bit too late in the fight. But she's always dangerous. She doesn't quit. She's not like one of these fighters who gets pushed around and then thinks, well, I've lost this fight, I'm just going to survive it and on to the next one and improve and go on to the next one. Like, she goes for it. And I know I give the girl shit a lot on this channel, but Molly is one of the exceptions to the rule. She's entertaining and actually tries to get a finish in the majority of her fights. So yeah, we're gonna go with Molly simply for the entertainment factor and because I'm loyal and I'm sticking with the trend. Next up, Kevin Holland versus Gunnar Nelson. I think Holland probably wins this one, probably a KO. It's just a bounce back fight for him so that he can lose the next two in a row. Just putting it out there. That's what's going on with Kevin Holland. It's a bounce back fight so he can lose his next two and achieve most fights in the UFC or whatever the fuck he wants to do. Why is he even this high on the card if he doesn't want to be a champion? Co-main event time. Jan Blachowicz versus Carlos Ulberg. I'm picking Jan by KO. Another underdog pick for you. Yeah, Jan's older, but consider this. His last two losses to Pereira and Ankalaev, right? Both decisions, and the Ankalaev one wasn't even a loss, it was a draw, right? He's number 4, he's ranked number 4. He's clearly not done despite his age. He's like 40, is he like 45 or something? Maybe even older. Is he 44? I don't even know. I can't remember off the top of my head. He's a fair bit older than his opponent. He's got like 20 years on his opponent. But he's a tough test for Ulberg, right? I think Ulberg probably hurts Blachowicz early, commits to the finish, and Blachowicz pulls some veteran maneuvers, hangs in there, survives the round, and lets Carlos Ulberg gas. Right? That's the prediction anyway. So we're going Jan Blachowicz by KO. I think it's going to be rocky to start with, but once he starts feeling himself and he burns a bit of gas from Ulberg and Ulberg starts to slow, that's where we see Jan take over, and I think he gets the finish. So we're going Jan by KO over Carlos Ulberg. Main event time. Big main event time. First up, main event time. Leon Edwards versus Sean Brady. I want to pick Edwards, but he tends to get dejected really quickly when the fight isn't going his way. And yet that gives us the don't let him bully you some moments. And he knocks out Usman after it. And Leon gets frustrated and he gets dejected, and it looks like he's just checked out of the fight a lot of the time, and he's just kind of going through the paces, looking for an opportunity instead of making an opportunity. It's not a quality I like. It makes me not want to pick him, even though I want to pick him. He's capable of mixing things up and finding a way to finish, but he just gives up before even trying to do that. The second he's out of his rhythm, he's just like, well, that's that. I guess I'll just move around and look for an opportunity to get back in instead of like going and making the opportunity. Um, Sean Brady's a powerful wrestler, similar to Bilal in style. People say he'll throw hands, but the goal is really to drag you down and maintain control and look for a submission potentially. I'm going to pick Leon. I think Leon by decision. I think he's going to be able to stay on his feet against Sean Brady. And although he's going to slow down, it's going to be more of a pitter patter, and he's not going to get that flashy KO. You know, Leon Edwards doesn't KO people. I don't know if you're aware of this, but Leon Edwards doesn't KO people. He KO'd Usman that one time, but he doesn't typically knock people out. So yeah, Sean Brady definitely has the ability to submit Leon Edwards if he takes him down and kind of controls the positions. Like, say he takes him down in the first minute of any round, Sean Brady's got a very likely chance of finishing the fight right there and then. But I think Edwards should be able to stay on his feet for the start of every round, and then once they're all sweaty and lubricated up, it's going to be harder for Brady to maintain control on the ground if Edwards is trying to get back up or just trying to get away from a grappling situation. But yeah, so I think Edwards controls the range. Probably a boring fight, I'm not going to lie to you. But yeah, I think Edwards wins a unanimous decision against Sean Brady. And that will wrap us up. If you watched all the way until the end, please leave us a like, subscribe for more picks. I've got best bits for you to watch as well. They're quite comical. Sometimes I do like strictly comedy based martial arts MMA themed videos, tier lists, I guess. But they're all in good fun. Until next time, keep your chin down and keep swinging. Peace and love. I'll see you around.